let's get more on the China rally and bring in Eunice Yoon. She's in Beijing. And Eunice, we got a lot of important language, it would seem, from that Politburo announcement, I guess, I'm not sure how many days ago, a day and a half, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Have we seen anything more there? Because it's always difficult for us to know what actually was said and what really is being done.
Yeah, actually, we even had more commentary out of the stocks regulator today, who was addressing, again, this expansion with equity funds, saying that the increase, there's a need for the increase of the scale and proportion of equity funds to create stable and long-term returns. Also, there was a lot of other action from the central bank, which was flagged earlier in the week, and that is that they cut short-term rates, the 7-day reverse repo rate by 20 basis points. Also, they cut the reserve requirement ratio for banks. So that's the amount of money that banks needed to keep on hand by 50 basis points. Again, flagged earlier this week as part of this overall stimulus package. But the sentiment here is really a whole lot of like FOMO mentality. People are saying, finally, we are getting some acknowledgement from the top that something needs to be done for the economy and to get that growth going again. But the question is, just like what you guys were talking about, is this fiscal stimulus or the fiscal spending portion going to really be sizable? And are they going to address some of the longer-term structural issues as well as the confidence here, which has been lagging?
Yeah, talk to us a bit more about that confidence and what you see or what you feel in some ways. I know that's hard to measure to a certain extent, but we talk so often about the Chinese consumer. What is the real situation on the ground when it comes to how much is actually being spent by that consumer?
Well, it's very gloomy. I mean, I know that overseas and in the markets here, too, there is some excitement over some of these policy announcements. And a lot of times when investors here think of investing, they look at the direction of the Chinese government. So from a short-term perspective, there is a lot of excitement. But longer term, the conversations that I hear the most are about the job market, how difficult it is to find a job, to keep a job, the property sector, and the value of people's homes. And of course, as you guys were talking about, there aren't a whole lot of places where people can put their money. So a lot of it is wrapped up in their homes, and they're seeing the value of their homes decline with not a whole lot of, bright outlook. So the fact that the government did this is a good acknowledgement. It's also interesting because next week is the National Day holiday. So it's the 75th birthday of the People's Republic of China. So they want to get people kind of excited and possibly consuming. So that might be one factor. But a lot of people, generally speaking, are not feeling very confident.
Eunice, thank you. We'll be checking in with you, of course, as we continue to sort of monitor not just the talk, but the action as well from the Chinese government. Eunice Yoon in Beijing.